The United States is running out of diesel fuel, which might have serious consequences. According to Waco economist Ray Perryman, there are only a few weeks' worth of supplies available, with the nation's 130 refineries operating at total capacity and truck fleets, trains, ships, farmers, and the military potentially facing significant obstacles. Much of our logistical system is dependent on diesel, and if we run out, there would be disruptions, Perryman said. There is no good method to deal with scarcity. Prices have already risen considerably, and this trend will continue as supplies tighten. If the situation worsens, companies with diesel-powered trucks and trains will begin cutting back on routes in response to higher prices, causing shipping delays and other issues. Because farm equipment operates on fuel, harvests may be delayed. The food supply chain runs on tight deadlines, from harvest to distributor to grocery store, and even a few days of trucking disruption will be felt. Perryman, who recently analyzed the effects of trucks and rail on the supply chain, stated, "It's a poor scenario, but I don't see it getting to the point where a substantial fraction of diesel-powered vehicles quit running." However, because the pandemic and its consequences have already strained the supply system, any problems caused by the diesel shortage will be amplified. Diesel reserves have been low for months. Distillate inventory, for example, was the lowest in August since 2000. Typically, inventories rise in the summer ahead of the harvest and winter heating seasons. But this hasn't been the case in recent years. Worse, the U.S. Energy Information Administration predicts that the shortages will last at least until next spring. According to Perryman, the outcome is higher fuel prices and an increase in the cost of practically everything else. There are several explanations for the shortage, he explained. One aspect is the significant boost in demand that occurred as economies recovered following the worst pandemic in history. Disruptions have occurred, such as the Texas freeze in February 2021. Recently, as many countries chose to stop purchasing Russian petroleum products, available supplies decreased, and there was a rush for the existing supply. Judd Messer, Texas Vice President of Advanced Power Alliance, stated from Austin that demand for diesel surpasses supply as the cost of building stocks rises. The Ukrainian conflict has imposed market restraints such as import prohibitions. According to the EIA, the average diesel price in the United States last year was $3.67 a gallon. It was $5.34 last Wednesday. According to Perryman, there is a trend toward cleaner diesel blends, which have long-term benefits but complicate production and increase costs. The observed pricing gap reflects greater state and municipal taxes, he explained. Stockpiles are fast depleting across the United States, with some estimates indicating that we just have enough for a few weeks. Refineries have been running at full capacity for some time. A significant halt caused by overdue maintenance or other issues could cause more interruptions. The good news is that more refinery capacity is coming up gradually, though it won't leave much slack. Refineries require years and billions of dollars to develop if they can even receive permits, and such investments are extremely risky in the current political environment. According to Perryman, high prices and short supplies will be recurring challenges in the wake of some aggressive Federal Reserve policies unless economic development in the goods-producing sectors slows significantly. The reasons for the shortages are varied, but the sanctions and reduced supply of Russian oil because of its invasion of Ukraine has played a significant role. Although very little Russian crude oil or diesel came to the U.S. market before the war, Europe depended on it. About half the European cars run on diesel, and trucks and freight trains. Less than 5% of U.S. passenger cars run on diesel. The average diesel price in Western European countries has risen to between $7.27 and $8.95 per gallon, and it isn't much cheaper in most of Eastern Europe. Because of the high costs, there has been a large increase in diesel exports to Europe from US and Canadian refineries that would normally supply US truck stops and trucking companies. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, exports of U.S. diesel to Europe have increased 36% since the beginning of April compared to the same period last year. Oil refineries are producing as much diesel and similarly expensive jet fuel as they can with the oil they have, driving up gasoline prices. However, there is less refining capacity in the United States and Canada today than before the pandemic. Some refineries have permanently shut down, while others are being transformed to refine renewable fuels instead of crude oil. So there you have it, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to be the first to watch our upcoming videos about the current state of the economy. Thanks for watching.